What the hell was that?
Oh my goodness.
I'm watching Lego wrestling. That shit was kind of hot.
Hola, amigos, and welcome to the Mark Al Mania.
Yeah.
I'm Pedro Boy, aka Dro, aka Texan Spaniard, blah 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 blah. And with us, as always, is the Mr. Extreme, James Jim House Sorno. How are you?
I am doing good, my friend. I am doing good. Enjoying a little bit of Breakfast of Champions right now, hanging out with you and just waiting for the God of Thunder, talking about wrestling, pop culture, and whatever the hell else pops into our heads.
Pop culture. It's the weekend of Cocaine Bear. White.
Oh, yeah, white line. Do-doom, 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 do-doom. Ooh, wait. Yo, everybody's loving that flick. But people are like, oh my God, I've never seen anything like that. It's so cheesy. I said, that's the point, you spaz. It's awesome.
Yeah,
I was reading the reviews.
yeah.
I posted a review on my Twitter, right? And it's kind of a political thing, but I'm gonna say it only because I think it's funny.
Okay, I got. I got to look at a political review of Cocaine Bear. I can't even imagine.
You know what? I'll let you read it. It's on my Twitter feed.
Okay. Let me see if I can find this.
Mm-hmm. Just go to my feed. Oh, I know. You'll see it.
Yeah, but I'm seeing like Tucker Carlson. I'm seeing Trump. Like, one of these is the Cocaine Bear. No.
Yeah, just keep strolling. You'll see it.
Oh, I see. Okay, the reviews of Cocaine Bear are thoroughly entertaining. Rolling Stones. So bad, it's good. Rotten Tomatoes. The Bear's a lightweight. Don Jr.
Brutal. Cocaine Bear. I can't wait to see it.
Awesome. Yeah, I originally, when we saw the trailer, I'm like, I got to see this in theaters. I
think that's the greatest trailer of all time.
But I don't know. I don't know if I'm going to actually see it in theaters. Cocaine Bear. We talking about Tony Khan, the Snowman? James, you continue. I got to run. I apologize.
Yeah, go ahead. B. Brian Bell, what's going on, buddy? Cocaine Bear. We're talking about Tony Khan. Yeah, he's brutal. Oh, all that cocaine he's sniffing, man. He needs to cut his own hair. That haircut is brutal. As Pedro runs and takes care of what he needs to take care of. Anybody see SmackDown last night? It was a nice little thing with Rhea Ripley and Charlotte Flair going face to face, and Dom Jr. Fucking Dom Mysterio trying to get in the ring and talk shit with Charlotte Flair. That was fun. A little brutal. She was like, I'm a Latino man. And Charlotte Flair goes, first of all, I got a real Latino man now, and he's got a thicker accent. I was like, damn, that's a chop right there. Brutal. Just chopped on your manhood, son. It's all good. Woo! Yeah, I want to watch Cocaine Bear. It's going to be good. As I finally saw Megan yesterday. It's all right. It's not bad. It's okay. Not bad. Yeah, it was solid. I agree. B. Brian Blair. It was solid. Yeah, the Jay story was good. I agree too. I think the whole thing, I believe it's progressing nicely. You know, it's not stagnant, so it's good. You know, Imperium is always good. I loved Imperium since the NXT UK days. You know, they were awesome. I've always loved Imperium. They're great. So, I think Walter's stock was raised after he put that performance in the Royal Rumble. Oh, I'm sorry, Gunther, not Walter. You know, I think his stock went up after the Royal Rumble because that was a hell of a performance he did. I mean, and then like him and Sheamus with the match at Castle Attack, and then like him and Dragunov at NXT UK. Like it's all good stuff. It's all good stuff. But yeah, I'm actually interested in Rhea and Charlotte. I think this time around, as much as I love Charlotte, I think Rhea should beat the shit out of her. It would be awesome. But let's see what happens. Yeah, I mean, it could be, Brian. Are they headed for a Drew versus Gunther match? IC title on the line at Mania. I mean, it's possible. I mean, that's what they're trying to get to. Although I like the way Gunther works with smaller guys, but I, I think him and McIntyre could be good. Him and Sheamus beat the shit out of each other, and that was awesome. So, I don't see why not. You do have to have McIntyre on the card, right? I mean, you would think. But, I think Maine is starting to shape up finally,
I'm still on call. I can get called away, but
No, you do your thing. You do your thing. I'm hanging out with Brian Blair.
Rhea and Charlotte, did they have a match or did they have a segment?
Excuse me. No, they had a face off in the ring, and Dom Mysterio came out, and and he was like, you and I got a lot in common. We're both second generation, or third generation. You like having to deal with our fathers, out of father's shadow, and I'm a Latino man, and Charlotte looks at Don, goes, I have a real Latino man at home who calls me Papi, and his Spanish accent's much thicker. You know what I'm saying? So he was chopping on her, so it was pretty good. And you had the thing with Jimmy Uso, and Sami Zayn. It was okay. It was all right. It's not bad.
It's okay.
White lie.
Cocaine Bear. Cocaine. Going back to Cocaine Bear. I don't know what people from the trailer, we knew it's going to be a bad movie. Okay, we know
that's the greatest trailer ever made.
But it's supposed to be a bad, funny movie, right? So
it's got good reviews on Rotten Tomatoes, man. People are like fucking sweating it. It's good. So
I mean, I'm looking forward to seeing it, but I don't know if I'll actually be seeing it in theaters as I had been proclaiming, because
I mean, it looks like it's fun, I mean, it's gonna be a fun movie to watch. Ray Liotta one last time, I mean, it looks good,
I mean, here's some of the things I weigh. Is it potentially catch COVID again? These are the things I weigh about going to see a movie like in the theaters. I'm like, do I potentially want to catch COVID again?
Well, just jump in a bucket of hand sanitizer, wear a mask, on a hoodie, and go watch the movie.
Wear a hoodie. Yeah, I'm like, how hot it is here in Texas.
I know. I was saying that I watched Megan finally. It was okay, not bad.
Oh, when that trailer came out, lots of people were talking about it, but when the movie came out, I didn't see anyone talking about it. So I was like, what happened between the trailer and the movie coming out?
That the uncut version streaming on Peacock. So it's pretty good. It's all right. It's not bad. Yeah.
It's on Peacock.
Yeah.
Oh,
the uncut version. Mm-hmm.
Calling Stephanie. No, I'm just.
It's actually okay. I was into it. It's not bad. Everybody's always Chucky. No, it's not Chucky. It's AI. You know what I'm saying? So it's good.
Oh man, speaking of AI, I fell down a weird rabbit hole this morning.
Oh.
So if you go on YouTube, you can find all these videos where people take songs and they use this AI thing to make it where Rick Astley is singing these songs.
Oh, never gonna give you up.
So you have like Rick Astley singing Frank Sinatra songs, singing Michael Jackson songs, singing modern pop songs, singing Japanese pop songs. Like you have Rick
Fly
Astley
me
all kinds of
to
stuff.
the moon.
And it's all done with an AI. And I was like, so not only is AI making all this weird art and pictures and stuff that now we're gonna have AI making music for everyone.
Listen. All I know is AI's like out of control. Fucking Megan was decent. I want to see Cocaine Bear, but nothing. And I mean nothing. Not even Tony Khan's insane cocaine hair, Dave Meltzer's ridiculous rating system. Nothing compares to The Last of Us on HBO. The show is amazing. All the episodes are great. I finished the game personally twice. I love The Last of Us. It's my new favorite show. It's must watch. I've seen every episode at least twice already. Twice. Each episode twice. Love this show. Great stuff. The must watch.
Do you remember Flues?
Flues, yeah,
My
Flues
friend
Maker.
Flues. So, yeah, he used to tell me about the game a lot.
Yeah, man, Last of Us is good. My brother turned me on to it.
And the second one, he told me about all the controversy with the second one and all that stuff. So he used to talk about those games a lot to me. Yeah. So I used to hear about it, but
I finished the game twice. My brother finished like 8 times. He played that shit 8 fucking times.
Damn.
Track my brother. Yeah. He loved that game. So it's good, you know. I mean, you know, fuck Dave Meltzer, you know.
Well, did Dave Meltzer have a hot take on the last one?
No, you don't know dick about it. If he's giving 4 3/4 stars to an Okada squash match, there's something wrong with that man. Okay.
Yeah. Well, we gotta wait till Zeus is here to get into that stuff.
Yeah, but that's coming. Come on, man.
Actually, let me leave a message in the Twitter chat so Zeus knows that there's a chance I might not be around when he comes.
This is why I don't pay attention to these rating systems, because he's a fucking cocksucker and it sucks. That's it. That's it. That's it. I want to see Gunther go for a world title shot. I like to see him fight Roman Reigns. That would be kind of hot.
So let me you know, we're I'm like, I gotta find all those awards and stuff now again. Damn. Or do we really have to go through those things?
No, I wouldn't go through it. It's way too much. It's just too much for the census.
But on the ratings, I mean, so he gave Okada, Kyo, and blah blah, like 4 3/4 stars, right?
So saying, some shit like that. Yeah, 4.5 or something. Something ridiculous. It was a glorified squash match. It wasn't even 15 minutes, Pedro. It was a glorified squash match.
His 4 3/4 stars, okay.
And Okada was working heel. He was working heel as he should in that match.
But James, so he gave that 4 3/4 stars. He's saying it's just under a 5-star match, right? Now, what rating do you think he gave Roman Sammy?
I couldn't even.
He gave it 4 3/4 stars. So he's saying Roman Sammy and this Okada Kyo blah blah match is the exact same quality.
The Okada match was a squash match. Okada could have pinned him 5 minutes after it started, but he kept picking him up.
Brian Bell, wait. When Zeus shows up, we'll get into the year-end awards and all that stuff. We'll get into all that stuff when.
Yeah, Zeus Brian. Yeah, be Brian Blair. Yeah, exactly. I totally agree with you on that point. How does Triple H place third? But first of all, yeah, I can't.
It's not. I mean, I'll repeat this later. I know. I apologize. I nearly killed James before the show. So
I'm sorry. The Liv Morgan thing. Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I didn't say that out loud. My bad. 19
But
nights, bunny rabbit.
don't die again, James. Uh, but
Damn.
Meltzer. So those awards we have to keep in mind that they're not personally from Meltzer himself. They're from the readers of his deal. And like I've been,
That's what makes it even worse.
But the thing is, I keep
Because they
bringing this
think
up.
that that's a 3/4 star match.
No. Well, those ratings are his, but the awards, like Brian Bell mentioned, Triple H getting third in the Booker. I was saying, well, the awards are from the readers, and the readers are the AEW fans. And as I've mentioned in the past, what audience is he always cultivating? He's playing to the AEW fans. It's because that's where he gets his money with. So that's why he says everything the way he does.
Then John Moxley blade again this past week against Evil Uno of all people.
I don't know anything about AEW this week. I honestly do not know.
I did see the Bryan Danielson, the MGF promo. I thought it was good. I thought it was good.
Every time someone says,
outside of all that,
anytime anyone praises an MJF promo and I see it, it's always
that's his strength, Pedro. He could talk. I mean,
No, James, I'm saying every time people praise his promo, it's never any fucking good. So everyone's always full of shit when they praise his promos. I'm sorry. He's
have to admit. No, he's not. No, I have to disagree with you, Pedro. No.
I'll tell you why.
I gotta disagree. I've learned to appreciate him. I've learned to appreciate because he was a lot worse about 3 years ago. He was horrible on the stick. Horrible.
No, he's still awful. His promos are always the same thing. It's always the same worked, shoot, recycled bullshit he does every single time.
Yeah, but that's how he gets heat, Pedro.
Every single time that like everything is fake, but his fake screen is weird.
That's how he gets
every
heat.
single time. It's a reiteration of this. Him mixing his real life bits with the work bits and like, oh, look at all this work shoot. It's the same bullshit every single time. And the same time, everyone's like, oh, this was so great. And it's the same recycled bullshit he does every fucking single time. So I can acknowledge people like eating the same bullshit, but I will not say that the bullshit is not bullshit because people are enjoying the plate of bullshit. So that's what y'all are praising is hot crap. So imagine a big slice of pizza covered in hot crap.
Oh man. Ooh, let's see. Anything else? Oh yeah. Well, we should wait till Zeus gets on and talk about Muto. So.
Yeah, I haven't seen that match yet. That match got like 4.25 stars.
Yeah, but the post match was awesome. How come Masahiro Chono?
I did see this. I did see the stuff with Chono. I did see clips.
I was like, what? No, he's not putting on the SCF. Sure enough.
Chono never got a retirement match, so in a way, it's like for both of them.
Yeah.
I mean, Chono cannot wrestle another match. You can tell. He's too gone. Like
Chono looked like he needed help getting in the ring.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, look at him. I was like, Jesus, man, what happened to him?
That man's had his neck broken more than once.
I know.
That poor man. Yeah. I see that poor man. He's like married to this rich fashion lady and all this stuff. Like, oh, that poor man.
All those guys are a mess, man.
Isn't Jazzy Gilbert like a stepdaughter or something to him or something?
Some shit like that. Yeah, I don't know the relation or the family tree, but it's something like that. Yeah.
It's crazy, man.
Triple H placed it third. Yeah, that was bullshit. Well, but it's whatever. It's whatever. I want to see Gunther challenge Roman Reigns as a heel versus heel. That's all I want to see.
Nah.
Imperium versus the Bloodline.
Mm-hmm.
Let's do it.
Mm-hmm. Dro and James, did you see the Tony Khan and Ariel Helwani drama with Elimination Chamber? I heard about it, and
I heard some of it, but I'm not engrossed in it. I don't know the exact thing of what happened. I heard there was some blowback about Ariel talking about WWE being in Montreal, and I guess Tony Khan had a fit because he wasn't reporting on the UFC stuff or whatever it was.
so
But
Ariel Helwani had an interview with Tony Khan. Was it a year or two ago? And after the interview, he kind of buried Tony Khan, and a lot of people got mad at him about it. And so then at the Elimination Chamber, he did stuff on air for the WWE for Elimination Chamber.
right.
And Tony Khan immediately jumped on Twitter and blasted him over it.
Okay.
And so, yeah, they've been going back and forth over that. Something along those lines.
Yeah, saying that he's a UFC reporter, not a WWE reporter, some shit like that too, something like that.
Yeah.
All I know is that Tony Khan needs a haircut. It's horrible. It's just yeah.
He
White
needs
lines.
he needs to stop doing white lines.
That man's eyes are permanently dilated.
Permanently dilated. I'll be right back.
Yeah. Ooh. I want to see Imperium versus the Bloodline. I think that would be good. This is just me thinking out loud, by the way. I want to see Imperium versus Bloodline. As much as I love Charlotte Flair, as I mentioned before, I want to see Rhea Ripley beat the shit out of her. Actually, it would be hot at WrestleMania if Dom comes out and starts beating up on Charlotte Flair and Andrade makes his return and beats the shit out of Dom. That would be hot, but is that going to happen? No. I would like that. That'd be kind of cool. Anything else I'd like to see as far as WWE goes? Dolph Ziggler needs to retire already. I am not feeling the Jinder Mahal shit NXT. I think the whole Braun Breaker thing fucking ran its course. It's getting stale. Put the strap on Carmelo Hayes. I'm still waiting for Cameron Grimes to make his debut on the main roster. I don't know what's happening there. He's in limbo, I suppose. Because I did not have that man on TV. He's awesome. Well, something's got to happen. Who knows? Who knows? Who knows? And, and yes, Ronda Rousey and Shayna Baszler will probably win the straps at WrestleMania, the tag straps from Damage Control. I've had it with them. B. Brian Blair, is Kenny Omega headed to the WWE? I don't know. I don't know. I'm sure he would want to. I don't know. That's a good question. I mean, if you bring in Omega, you gotta have something for him. The only way I think that works is if you have Cody Rhodes beat Roman Reigns at WrestleMania, and then Rhodes is your new undisputed Universal Champion, and then here comes Kenny Omega because they've had history. So that makes sense if you do it like that. But just out of just signing him and just bringing him in, I don't know if it's going to work because you can say the same thing with Jay White. You know, I mean, they have to be brought in a certain way. You know, I don't think. I think it makes sense to bring Omega in if you plan on Rhodes winning the strap. You know, yeah, I'm sure Triple H is a fan of Omega. You know, I'm sure. I mean, you know, all this quirks and bullshit and I mean, you know, he's still Kenny Omega, and you know what? He's over. You know, I mean, as long as he's not wrestling any more plastic blow up dolls, it's all good. But you know, I digress. Yeah, I think Rhea and Charlotte's going to be the night one main event, or the KO and Sammy Usos is night one. Yeah, it could be a double main event, or it's one of those two, Brian. I would say Charlotte, maybe Rhea, and then as a second to last, you have KO and Sammy, the Usos. I mean, obviously something's going to happen. I mean, something's going to have to happen before that. But apparently, in some house show advertisements, they're already advertising KO and Sammy as a tag team. So apparently, that's somewhat the plan. So let's see what happens. You know, but I wouldn't have a problem with Rhea and Charlotte as the main event of night one. Not at all. I think it'd be pretty good. You know. I mean, I mean, there's some matches that are going to be complete duds. Yeah, I mean, I'm sorry, but I'm tired of Bray Wyatt bullshit. It's not working. I mean, how many cryptic promos you're going to play? I mean, come on, enough's enough. Get in the actual fucking ring and wrestle. But no, no.
Get higher, baby. Get higher, baby. Get higher, baby.
B. Brian Blair has been helping me doing this solo, so it's good.
Thank you, Brian Bell. I am finished. I think I'm finished with that stuff. Let me, in case Zeus doesn't know.
Yeah, so it depends. I mean, it depends. I mean, there's not going to be very many good matches on night one and night two because I mean, Brian, as I mentioned before, you're gonna have Shayna Blazer and fucking Ronda Rousey versus Damage Control. Yawn. You're gonna have John Cena versus fucking Austin Theory. Yawn. I mean, so yeah, I don't have a problem with Rhea and Charlotte night one main event or double main event with Sammy, KO, and the Usos. I'm down with that. I mean, yeah, but who is it? Fucking Almost versus Brock Lesnar? Really? Why?
What?
Yeah.
No. They should have kept. They should have kept Almost Braun Strowman alive. They should have kept that heat alive to go to a WrestleMania because that's
They should have just kept the whole thing with Bobby Lashley because I thought that was interesting. Now they fucked him.
Oh yeah, that's true. But for a casual viewer, seeing two giant 7-foot guys fight each other would be kind of a thing. They would be like, "Oh my god, what is this?" Even if it sucks.
Yeah, it's like El Gigante fighting the Mummy. No, I'm good. So no.
Get higher, baby.
So never come back. Free base. What the fuck is wrong with that bear?
When I saw Duran Duran in 1995, they were promoting that album. And they had Dougie Fresh on stage with them doing the rap parts.
Yeah.
Awesome.
I have to think almost is a path to Hurt Business returning, and it will be really Lashley versus Brock, right?
Yeah.
No way, it's almost Mania. Yeah, I mean, I would like to think that. I mean, what you say, Brian, makes absolutely 100% sense. Is that going to happen? No.
You you know I Zeus,
Yo, only
Zeus,
because it makes sense. So
the
no.
God of Thunder. Hey, sorry. Whoa.
Sorry, what's up?
He's a robot. James
Sorry.
Zeus is a robot now. He's AI Zeus.
He's AI Zeus. Yo, AI Zeus, is that you?
Yes, it's me.
Oh, the God of Thunder, the AI Thunder. Crackle, crackle, pop, pop.
Yeah, crack.
It's AI.
Crackle, pop, pop,
Yeah,
pop.
it's AI Thunder, so it's not real. Yeah, buddy, what's going on, brother? How you doing?
Good. Just got done with class, so
Yeah, no, the Road Warrior Scholar at it again.
Signing
Last
all those
semester.
autographs.
Signing autograph with Ace, huh?
yeah. I was told one of my instructors the other night. She said I was the. She told I stuck my head in my old teacher's math class, and she was like, this is the mayor of Bryan Stratton. So
Ladies and gentlemen, I give you Tatsuo Naito.
Zeus is the future. Zeus is the future dean and CEO, not and president of the school. He doesn't know it yet. He doesn't know it yet.
Doesn't
Jim.
know it yet, exactly, yeah.
He's the future dean and president of this school.
Yeah, just to bring you up to speed, Zeus, we were just talking with B. Brian Blair about all the stuff leading up to WrestleMania with Dom and Charlotte and Rhea and possibilities of Hurt Business and Sami Zayn, the Usos, Kevin Owens, blah, 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 blah. We were actually waiting for you to come on so we could discuss the 5-star rating that was that Muto match.
Well, to discuss the Muto retirement, discuss the year-end awards by the Wrestler Observer,
and a 10-star fucking Okada fucking glorified squash match. Yeah.
man, his brain, it just keeps expanding. It's like the universe. It keeps expanding. Just like
How do you give Zeus? How do you give that Okada squash match a 4.75 star? You got Okada working heel in a glorified squash match.
He's got a dartboard in there, and and it's all like everything now from like 2018 on or 2019 on has been like a 4 or higher. So it just he just does a job. Whatever it falls into, it's between there, and on the off chance he hits it right on the bullseye, it's
All right.
7.
We actually want to hear your opinion on the Muta match, and what does it mean to you?
So, the intro got me really. I mean, it was like,
yeah, that was a good intro.
Because it's just all of his themes, that throughout the years, and it really, like, I'm like really believing it now, and so he walks in, and
as you walk, I would loosely use that term, but yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, he wasn't in a wheelchair.
No, thank God. No,
he walked to the ring, and he had the short little, it's a lot of grappling, a little bit of couple of bumps here and there.
Yeah.
And but I think Naito treated him a lot better than he treats treats Ibushi.
Wow, that's good. Just all like that. Yeah.
You know, those matches of him and Ibushi, you know, they just totally used each other, and I thought it was really cool. I really liked that Naito was his choice for his final match, and
he took care of him in the ring too. He did take care of him. He did. You know, I expected Naito to get a little bit of his stuff in, and he did. But you know, like he definitely took care of Muto, and he showed too, as he should.
Yeah, and the thing too is, you know, because the LIJ faction is not like a straight up. I mean, they're primarily babyface, but they're not 100%.
Yeah.
And so, you know, him going after Muta's knees and the figure four and the ankle locks and stuff like that, you know, to me that was just like, yeah, okay, you know, he's definitely trying to win that match. He wins the match, you know, because he lost that one, you know, way back in the day with the red trunks, and so I just, you know, I thought it was, you know, about as much as you could ask for, you know, from Muta after being, you know, injured and
I'll be honest with you, Zeus. I wasn't thrilled that he picked Naito, but after watching that match, I see why he picked Naito.
Well, you know, because he, like, over the last, you know, year, you know, he's had high profiles with and against, you know, Okada and Tanahashi, and you know, and he's kind of, you know, said who the you know, kind of identified the biggest name guys in New Japan, and I think this was his way of saying, hey, you know, don't forget, you know, even though you might not book him great anymore, you know, Naito's still, you know, super over.
Yeah.
He's still really talented, and he's, you know, and I think he deserved. I think he was definitely worthy of that, because, you know, there really wasn't anyone else, and you know, and like I said, when they announced all this, and it's amazing that it happened. Two of the things that I said I wanted to happen, but sometimes things are so logical that they don't, in wrestling, because sometimes people are stupid or whatever, you know. But you know, the first thing that I said when Muta announced the limited number of, you know, matches that he wanted to compete in to finish up everything, and I had said, you know, I think he should tag team with Sting,
Right.
and even though we had to have, you know, Darby Allin, you know, get shoehorned in on that, it was okay, because it's okay because somebody had to take the bumps, because, you know, goddamn, you know, Muta and Sting don't need to take any.
No, I totally agree.
That's a good point.
Agree.
That's a good point.
Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah.
So while Darby Allin would have been my first choice for the third man in that group, it is what it is. So we did get to see the Great Muta send off with Sting, which, you know, Sting and Great Muta helped make each other bigger names.
Mm-hmm, absolutely.
You know, and then you know, and then after you know, Naito, you know, makes his walk out, and then Muto calls Chono out, and I'm like, this is how it's supposed to end.
Well, it's funny that you bring up Chono. What do you think of the post match?
As far as
Chono getting in the ring.
Yeah, I mean, it, like, because they started out together, their debut match in New Japan was against each other.
Mm-hmm.
This is the way it should end, even though it wasn't a good match, even though it was just, you know, just a little bit, you know, just, you know, it probably took everything that Chono had,
I told Pedro he looked like he needed help getting in the ring, but he got in.
Yeah,
Got in.
He's I mean, he couldn't do the full Yakuza kick.
No, you did the SDF though.
Yeah, yeah, and and that that to me, that's what made me feel like, okay, the door is closed.
Right.
Yeah.
That more than, and I mean, you had Tiger Hattori.
Yeah, in the
Yes.
ring as well. That was kind of hot. Yeah.
He retired. But he
Yeah.
walked. He walked in there to do one more, and and Choshu, who Muto and Choshu have become great friends over the last several years, and Fujinami was there, and it's just
Yeah, man, it was a who's who. Yeah.
it really was. It was this was one of the biggest deals for somebody retiring that I can remember. Maybe not since Inoki's final set of matches in New Japan were this big. Maybe that was the last time, because we like Fujinami. He kind of keeps popping back in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And and like I said, I feel like Chono's body has given out, and that was it. And we now know that that's it for that.
Yeah.
And also the thing with the night with Sting and Darby Allin, Kabuki came to a ring with him.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah,
that's
yeah.
right. Yeah, that's right. That's
He
right.
said,
Yeah.
okay, this book is closed too, because I will never do this again.
Mm-hmm.
He said, I will never
Mm-hmm.
be Great Kabuki ever again.
So the only person that was missing in that whole thing was Gary Hart. That would have been perfect.
Yeah, if we could have gotten, if he'd have been still alive at that point.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, the people missing are people dead. I mean,
Yeah,
Hashimoto,
yeah.
Noki, Gary
of
Hart,
course.
like,
Yeah, and that was another thing too. Sadly, that Inoki probably the only person really missing from the Muto retirement match. But he's definitely there in spirit.
Mhm.
I feel like that.
So is Hashimoto. Yeah, so is Hashimoto. Definitely.
I mean, the Three Musketeers and
Yeah.
and Hase has been a big part of
Mm-hmm.
Muto's career. I mean, they were tag team champions. They they were rivals and friends, and
Mm-hmm.
I think that he left such a huge mark, in Japan, and just it just had the right thing at the right time that was able to spread all around the world, and WWE never ruined it
No.
because
right.
he didn't go there.
Right.
And,
Yeah, good point.
And the only reason that he should have ever gone there or ever will, maybe to go in that international wing of the Hall of Fame, but who inducts him? I mean, they'd have to pay. For me, they would have to pay Sting.
Right.
Yeah. I mean, it would make sense because you would need a marquee name just to draw the attention, right? So it would have to be Sting. I mean, who else?
Because and you see, even though Ric Flair and Muta went at it several times,
Sting.
right over 6-7 years, they they went at it, but Ric Flair inducted Fujinami.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that if Muta is going to go in there, you can't. There's nobody there currently.
You remember all those WCW matches when Great Muta was the NWA TV champion and him and Sting used to go at it?
Right.
I mean, those were amazing matches back then. So come on, no, yeah, absolutely, it's got to be Sting.
Hold on a second.
Yeah.
Hold on a second. Zeus, is this trade for real that you sent me?
Yes.
Are you serious? Are you sure?
Yes.
Dude, that's the card you're offering me is like we've talked about this on air before. It's one of the nicest cards that they have in all of New Japan collection. Are you sure about it?
It's that black and white Sakaguchi.
Yes.
Really? You giving away the Sakaguchi?
Well, here's the thing. I have two.
Oh,
You
I didn't know
slimy
you had
bastard.
two of them.
You slimy bastard, you.
Oh my god.
Hey, you got that great trade too, James.
No, I do. Hey, listen,
Oh my
I
God,
can't complain. I'm never complaining.
First
You
off,
would never hear me say anything.
thank you so much, Zeus. I'm gonna take
Yeah.
it. I'm gonna take it because I don't even remember this card you're asking for. I'm like, what is even is this
Zeus
card?
loves the
Legends.
Legends
I
card.
almost just like traded it for an extra yo you had just for future considerations.
That shit would have blew your head if you traded that for
Oh
Yo.
my God.
Come on.
Well, no, Pedro would future consideration,
Yeah.
for something.
I give you that Fujinami card. You like that card, don't you? Isn't that a good card?
Yeah, it's a beautiful card. It
It is.
It's a beautiful card because you get to see him in his in ring entrance. And,
Yeah, man. It's kind of hot. It's good. It's pretty cool. I enjoyed that card. Enjoyed it.
James, Zeus and I both have the thing for the Legends cards. We both
Yeah, I know. You guys are like scroungy for the Legends. You guys are like crackheads. You know?
Yeah.
We love the Legends cards. Yeah,
I know. You guys are savages.
Yeah, thank you, Zeus. It's so
B.
beautiful.
Brian Blair almost should be the leader of the new Hurt business. How about that? Fun.
The double BO5.
Yeah, there you go.
The double BO5. Oh, on Twitch. That's Zeus. For just so you know, I nearly killed James before we went on the air. I apologize.
That fucker. Yeah, you did.
You'll find out. You'll find out later. You'll find out later.
Yeah.
But, I did nearly kill him before we went on the air.
Yeah, we can't get into it now.
But Zeus, now that we have you here, I did not get to see Muto's retirement match yet. I did see the post match stuff with Chono. I did see that, but I haven't seen the match itself with Naito. We've been waiting for you to talk about these Observer Awards.
Oh God, are you really?
I've got them open. I've got them open in front of me.
How's Triple H third best booker?
Well, hey, let's start from the top. The Luthez Ric Flair Wrestler of the Year Award.
I can't even acknowledge that right there. Like that doesn't make. All right, but go ahead.
Number 1 is John Moxley. Number 2, Roman Reigns, and number 3 is Will Ospreay.
Well, first of has fuck all in common with Ric Flair.
All three of them do. All of them. Ospreay, Reigns, and fucking Moxley have nothing to do with Flair.
Now, hey, here's a question for you, Zeus. Oh my God, James, I'm so sorry.
It's okay. It's all right.
Zeus, since you are our Road Warrior scholar, our wrestling historian, how can you really put Luthez and Ric Flair are they really that alike? Like to be
I think
interchangeable?
No, I not. So to me, the idea is that the only way I can kind of explain it away is that they were both world traveling world champions, right?
Right. Okay. Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah.
Right, and they defended the NWA World Title in different territories, in different countries, and you know, and their influence, you know, was worldwide. You know, and the thing is though, like just the way that, because the business changed so much when Flair was a wrestler, right? Because of TV, because of cable.
After the cable, right?
And then pay-per-view, and then stream. So there's been so much technology advancement during Ric Flair's career, whereas, you know, Luthez, is basically people went to it, and it was also televised, occasionally. But the the reach of Ric Flair has been huge, and and he's become, he's a household name, right?
Yeah.
It's kind of dwindling now, but there's definitely a point from the the late '80s through the '90s. Most people had heard of, and and during the '50s and '60s, Luthez was quite popular. Like there was
Him and
lots,
Vern Gagne, right? Yeah.
but I mean, there was like Hollywood stars that used to love to hang out with Luthez because he was the world heavyweight champion, and everybody believed it.
Right.
And everybody, and that was the thing too, is because he was the hooker, and he knew that, if a promoter sent somebody, like, okay, well, do what you got to do, rough him up, take the damn belt from him.
Yeah.
This was the big ass fucking strong dude that could wrestle, that could, put somebody's arm behind their back and make them cry out and end the match. And so, and Thez's influence, and this is me personally. So what I feel that Thez's influence is not only where he won, but where he helped wrestling grow, like in Japan. The stuff with Ricky Dojin, however you want to say it, that stuff was massive. Like the amount of people that watched it on TVs, there were people outside TV stores in Japan watching those matches, and they were like an hour long. And there were really millions of people, like a huge portion of the country watched those matches when they happened. And then he wanted for Ricky Dojin to be world heavyweight champion, but the NWA wouldn't sign off on it. So Luthez declared himself to be the NWA International Heavyweight Champion and dropped that belt to him, and that's that belt stayed in Japan. It became part of the Triple Crown.
Right.
Like that is a huge thing. Luthez going around the country winning NWA world title. Anybody that said they had a world title, he wanted to take it. And he did. Hook or crook or however he did it, he did. And he put over guys like Vader, he put over guys like Connect. He put over guys. He was a real world traveler, and that to me, that's what this kind of award means, is that you're not just a homer. You're not just a homer. Yeah, there it is. Just a homer, but you're a you're a true.
Good job, Pedro.
Right?
No, Zeus. I mean, that's an excellent point you just made. That's great stuff right there.
And so but nobody's like that anymore. So that
no, I agree. I agree. There's nothing like that. Nothing. I agree. But everything you just said was amazing, and you nailed it. There's nothing like that anymore. Nobody's like that anymore. Yeah. So hence why is Jon Moxley number one. I mean, okay, yeah, I get it. He was supposed to drop the belt, and he couldn't because of the whole CM Punk fiasco. So he had to hold on to the strap, and then for another 3 months at work and bleed everywhere. I get that, fine. But really, Moxley, come on.
The people who vote on these awards are AEW fans predominantly. This is, you always got to remember this. This is Meltzer's audience is the AEW fan. You got to keep this in mind. They're the ones voting. So for them, it's what it is. I mean,
I'm sorry, but the best storyline of the year to date is the Bloodline. The Bloodline's Roman Reigns.
Well, but James, like the only championship in that seems to really matter for a while now is that WWE Championship, that unified thing, because Roman Reigns' reign has been so long and they've built it up. They've done such a good job with it, right?
Mhm.
So, I mean, to say anyone else is the number one person in the industry is like kind of laughable in a way, but that also says a lot about the industry at the moment too, I guess. But
And here's another thing too is someone tried to
But how the
argue.
fuck does Osprey fit in?
continue.
What's that, James?
How the hell does Osprey fit in there? How is he top 3?
Because he flipped good.
Yeah. So
I mean, come on, you could have put anybody from New Japan in there. I mean, hello.
no, not and here's the thing is, I don't know what their, I don't know what their criteria is for that. And I don't know, maybe in the because Moxley had been U.S. champion in New Japan, but that was over.
That was a long time ago. Yeah, that was way over a year ago. Yeah,
because he took the hiatus to take care of himself.
Right. He was supposed to drop. He was supposed to drop the strap. I remember that. But then, the whole issue with CM Punk and his bullshit, because he still thinks he's relevant, and like instead of acting like an adult and putting the younger talent over, he still wants to be a man. So, and then CM Punk threw a fit, so Moxley had to keep the strap for another 3 months. I get that. Okay, so he took one for the team. I get it, but number one, no.
No, but like I said, there's not been a, like 2022. There wasn't like a clear cut, number one guy other than like Roman Reigns, because he was just, he was the double champ for so long,
and he's been the center of the biggest storyline going.
Yeah,
I mean,
right, and honestly, them unifying those titles has probably been the smartest thing that they've done. And not unifying the others.
Right.
Well, I guess they did finally unify the tag team champions a little while ago.
Well, yeah, they just did that for storyline purposes. Yeah.
But just it's just like you said. I mean, these people voting, they're all part of the AEW fandom. They're all part of the, they're all on this hype train. And just like you said, Pedro, when you were talking about, how, I guess it was like late 2021, and the Dave's influence started, affecting the way that Stardom was doing their matches.
When was it that they had the Budokan show? Was it in 2021?
I think so. I don't think it was last year. I think it was before.
Yeah, I think it was in 2021. So from the Budokan show on, they very much, because Meltzer paid attention to what they did on the Budokan show.
Right.
That show was huge in terms of they had that show, all this attention. Meltzer was throwing out these ratings, and suddenly they're like, he's paying attention to us. He's paying attention to us. Oh my God. And it started really changing from there, like the way they do everything.
Right. And so kind of like, what you were saying is, we've been able to fold in, Stardom into, this fandom,
right.
Into the AEW. So that's kind of why they've, that there was such a surge in everything that they do. And honestly, I think it had the Stardom was hotter in probably before that, like 2020, 2021, I think that it was, now it's just kind of, I see people cheer, there's a lot of people who kind of repeat things that they hear other people say.
Yeah.
And I see a lot of that kind of, you see it from political things to ideologies and everything else. But, I see these people, talking about Stardom now, and I'm like, I don't think you really, I don't think you really watch it,
So
Yeah.
the thing with Stardom is always to keep in mind, and I've said this before. There's pre Bushiroad, and then there's Bushiroad onward, right?
Right.
So Bushiroad era Stardom is like almost not completely, but it's kind of a different company than pre Bushiroad, and
Right.
there's
And
always going to
we have to
do what.
we have to remember to say, thank you to Bushi Road for saving it from WWE, but this is not what we really wanted.
No,
Well,
right,
let me ask you a
right.
question then, Pedro. What does it mean for what does it mean for Stardom to have one? What does it mean for Stardom? Monet as its champion.
Well, but she's not. She's the New Japan's.
Yeah.
Like they keep making that point lately. They keep saying, she's not Stardom's, she's New
Right,
Japan.
but in the promo, she keeps bringing up Stardom.
Right, because she's gonna
Because
be
that's what they're
doing
gonna bring
she's
wrestlers in.
gonna be doing I mean that's the wrestlers she wants to work with are all in Stardom
Right.
and they're all owned by the same parent company, Bushi
So it
Road.
doesn't mean anything that she's the champ of New Japan for Stardom. I mean,
Stardom is still putting in a way,
don't you think she's going to bring some eyes to that or no?
Stardom is still positioning the red belt and the white belt over the IWGP belt. Like in terms of the way they're presenting stuff, they're still presenting those two belts over the IWGP belt. But yeah, in terms of business, of course, more people are going to be paying attention to them than ever before because Sasha Banks is going to be, involved. But what Zeus was saying, there's this thing with Stardom fandom that the old fans, a lot of their storylines and stuff got dropped when Bushi Road picked up Stardom, right? So a lot of their storylines and things that were projected got dropped, and they've had to just adapt and to kind of a grieving process to what's become, because it's just very different. And at the same time, the bad booking has always been there from the start of Stardom, because Rossi Ogawa has very specific booking styles. I don't know. With Sasha, I mean, she's going to do so many dates with New Japan and Stardom, and then she's going to be out. So, I mean,
Because I think kind of what she's doing is she's setting herself up to kind of do these fun things that she never got a chance to do before, right?
Right.
And then at the end of it, I think she's going to be able to take offers from AEW and WWE and decide whether or not she wants to go back. Is the money going to be right? Whatever it is, I think this is kind of a happy break for her. That honestly, it's like there's so many people that are upset about the name change because her fans are some of the worst in
Oh yeah,
all of social media, and I think that
I'm still trying to remember why she left WWE in the first place. Her and Naomi,
because they kept screwing them over with the tag team thing, and that it's like, look, if you're fed up with your boss and you quit, that's your decision.
Yeah.
Don't crap on somebody for saying, all right, I'm tired of this, I'm gonna leave. Because wrestlers used to get tired of shit all the time and leave somewhere, and then they would come back later.
Yeah.
Now everybody's just so invested in these brands and all this. Everybody's stupid.
tribalism, Zeus.
And they get married to these names and ideas and all this crap, and it's like, you don't understand how cool it was to be able to see the same person go from place to place to place and still continue to be that person because they own their own stupid name. But they turn this thing into we own everything, and we're gonna own your ass in perpetuity. And I just
I remember that was a big thing with China. Remember that the whole thing with the name after she left. That was a huge fight in the court. Yeah,
she's trying to retain the name and everything.
Yeah,
it was tough because
the whole IP. Yeah,
they're they've always been really um, possessive about that. And we in Dorian down in AAA in Mexico. He's like copywriting Hulk Hogan's name. It's like, but in Mexico we own, and they just making the announcement. I mean, I think the copy office is probably this big fucking ass joke in Mexico. But it's probably between him and his players and the.
Then they had their own shit in Mexico. It was all fucked up too with the whole thing with psychosis, right? Back in the day.
So there's a number of things, James. So anytime a wrestler would leave like AAA
Right.
would throw the copyright thing about their name. So they would have to change their name. So Psychosis, the original one, became Nicho.
Right.
And then they had Psychosis 2. They had a new person do Psychosis.
Right. Just like
they say La Parka leaves.
Right.
They throw the thing. You have the AAA La Parka, and then you have LA Park, who's the original La Parka, and stuff like that. So rest in peace, the second La Parka, of course. Since
the thing is, people in Japan,
shit is a mess.
Right, people in Japan, they know who, they know who Mercedes Moné, Sasha Banks. They know. They're glad she's there.
I agree, Brian. Wrestlers actually need a union. Didn't Jesse Ventura try to unionize them shits once?
Yeah.
That's the MMA fighters and pro wrestlers. They both need unions. It's
the Sasha Banks in New Japan. The Wrestle Kingdom reaction wasn't great. It was kind of crickets, if we're honest. They were just very quiet for her whole deal in Wrestle Kingdom. But I'm sure it'll be better when she comes back to like when she does a Stardom show or something like that.
The entrance in that Valley show wasn't all that great either. It was okay. It wasn't anything spectacular.
I haven't seen it. Was the crowd loud?
I mean, they were okay, but it wasn't like
that was here in San Jose. That was in San Jose, not here. I'm not in California.
But San Jose. She had like I think she used Criss Cross's music, jump.
What? She came out to Criss Cross. Are you serious?
Yeah, it was like a remix of it. Yeah.
I find this hard to believe. Is this true?
Yeah.
Why would you come out to Criss Cross?
The whole beginning, the beginning of Criss Cross,
it's in the theme song from Wrestle Kingdom as well.
Yeah, then she has like dancers and shit. All these fucking dances and New Japan Strong t-shirts or whatever the fuck they were wearing.
Is this show on New Japan World yet, or
I don't know.
I gotta remember to cancel that this weekend.
Here's something I want to touch on. So when we were, because we kind of got a little off track, but when we were talking about these awards and whatever, and I don't know who won most popular or whatever, but honestly,
for which thing?
Who won most popular?
In the Observer or in the Japanese things?
The Observer.
No, the Observer.
I don't know. They don't have a most popular, do they? They have most outstanding. The wrestler of the year was Moxley. Most outstanding was Ospreay. It was number 1 was Ospreay, number 2 was Danielson, number 3 was Okada for outstanding wrestler.
But I thought there was like
well, let me see. There's tag team, best interviews, promotion, TV, match.
MJF.
Is it? What about the MVP? Is that what you're talking about? Because it got United States, Canada MVP, Japanese MVP.
Who do you think the most over wrestler is right now?
It says most charismatic. They got MJF, Sami Zayn, and Roman Reigns.
I would say Sami Zayn's the most over right now, right?
Yeah, I think like right at this moment he's
Yeah.
but I mean for 2022.
Oh, but for the whole 2022, yeah, you got. I mean,
You saying MJF was the most over wrestler in 2022?
I think like the most
he's up there, Pedro. He's up there.
2022 was CM Punk.
James, I'm sorry. MJF is shit. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I agree with you where he does the same shit. Pedro, listen to me. I agree with you that yes, all his promos is based on the same work shoot bullshit. I get that, but that works for him, and it gets him over because the crowd eats it up. He gets over with that stuff, and that's how he gets heat. It's the same way Cena. It's the same shit with Cena. The same promos, the same shit, but it gets him over, and the crowd eats him up.
If the crowd would actually eat him.
I like MGF as the AEW champ. I actually do. Fuck, why not?
Well, I mean, nothing matters there. So I mean,
no, I mean, put the strap on him and the fucking.
But what does the strap mean?
The strap doesn't mean anything. Yeah, nothing.
Yeah, it doesn't mean dick anymore. Yeah.
It didn't mean anything before. Like Jericho's. This is gonna sound crazy. Jericho's reign was the only reign that actually mattered in AEW.
Are you talking about the
only one? Yes, the first one. It's the only one that mattered because it's the only one where people were talking about it. It was the only one where he was getting stuff viral. He got the thing about the champagne viral. He got this and that viral going. He's the only one who moved any kind of needle.
Right. Yeah.
He's the only one who moved any kind of needle when he was champion. Everyone else, the needle went down. Everyone else, the needle went down. It might have buzzed for the AEW fan base, but it didn't buzz for the greater
I didn't see a big buzz when Hangman was champ.
You didn't see a big buzz for anything. You weren't. I mean, the biggest buzz we got off Omega's title reign was the whole thing with the Feld explosion and him and Don Callis 69ing each other in the ring, going 69 me, Don 69 me. This is the biggest thing I take away from his title reign. It's the biggest thing I saw. Yeah. Oh my God.
Excuse me.
James, don't die, James. Don't die.
I'm good.
But I mean, nothing matters there. That belt doesn't matter. No, Brian Bell, I will not do this. No.
The thing with all their other belts, and I mean, and New Japan, Jesus, calm down with the belts, man. Everybody.
Yeah, like how many more belts does New Japan need, for Christ's sake?
I mean,
until Yoshihashi gets his.
Yoshihashi gets his personal Yoshihashi belt. I'm the Yoshihashi champion. But what the fuck is that?
It's gonna have his face in the middle. And he presses a button and it screams. Yeah.
I'm the champion.
I'm surprised they don't have Yoshihashi Paki. With those.
Oh my God.
Sticks. Have it shaped like his little walkie.
Well, the only saving grace is that Okada and Tanahashi wants to go for the tag straps now, so maybe now we'll fucking get Yoshihashi disappear.
Because, you mentioned the team, and everybody was like, you remember that was like a dream team.
Yeah,
and they didn't mesh. They didn't really mesh, I thought.
Yeah, but 5 years ago, Okada and Tanahashi would be good. Now, I don't think so.
Yeah, but remember during when Jay White was making his, ascent to his first title.
Yeah,
he was, he was getting the better of both of them.
Yeah, he was. He was beating the shit out of Okada. I remember.
Yeah, but but their tag team didn't. I didn't think it really gelled. I mean, that was back when I was still watching a lot of it. They didn't really gel, but Tanahashi and Ibushi did, and they won the titles. So
where is Ibushi going to sign?
I don't have a lot of faith in this
I can't, Zeus. You know what? If I'm gonna say it like this, if it was 6 years ago, I'd be hyped up for Okada Tanahashi. Now, I'm not. I'm sorry. I'm not. I'm not.
But
I've seen they're gonna have Titan versus Soberano Jr. From Burke and Hall on the 27th. I'm like, damn it. New Japan, don't make me do one. Won't even watch it. What am I saying? I just need to cancel my deal.
are you talking about that 5-way junior heavyweight match?
No, the on Fantastic Mania on February 27th, Titan and Soberano Jr. for the CMLL World Welterweight title, and from Hurricane Hall.
Nice.
Tanahashi and Okada. 5 years ago, yay. Now, no.
I see. Yeah,
Brian Blair. Yeah. Roman was pretty over until Cody Sammy recently. Yeah. Well, like I said earlier, if you're going to put the strap on Cody, if you're going to finally take the belt of Roman and put the strap on Cody, if you're going to bring in, dare I say, fucking Kenny Omega, now will be the time to do it if you put the strap on Rose because they have history. Otherwise, you can't just bring in Omega out of the blue.
Because nobody knows who he is.
Right.
James, the WWE Universe fans, they do not know.
Right.
They don't care.
And that's why it's important for Rose to win the belt if you're going to bring Omega in.
He's going to walk his little ass in there, and everyone's going to be a giant around him. Okay.
Yeah.
And
then he's gonna fucking Hurricane a plastic fuck doll, and people are gonna lose their shit.
Hurricane.
nobody in WWE is gonna lose their shit.
I want you to imagine for a moment. I want you to picture this. Kenny Omega's in the WWE ring. He does his running in place deal, the jazz hands, the goofy faces. He does his shitty looking V trigger thing, and he's like, he's making faces like, look at me.
He's just
no. I honestly think that would be toned down a little bit.
No, I don't think so.
No,
I don't know why. I don't know why you think. I mean,
I think Triple H is going to say, "Listen, you're going to wrestle for 4 minutes. There's no time for that shit."
4 minutes.
Can you
imagine that? You got 4 minutes out there.
Yeah, you got 4 minutes. I don't want to see fucking jazz hands.
Talking about a 4-minute match.
Yeah, he would not be able to do such a thing.
Yeah, I know, right? All the steps alone take 4 minutes.
Well,
he's not going. He's not going anywhere.
But Triple H likes him.
Who does?
Fucking Triple H does like him. He likes him.
Supposedly.
But Zeus, if you're gonna bring Okada in, the way to do it is if you're gonna have Rose win the belt because they have history. Because that's the only thing that makes sense. Because as you said, you can't just bring him in out of the blue because he's gonna be a little man in a big man's world.
I mean,
are we talking about? What are you talking about? Omega?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, you said Okada, so I was.
I'm sorry. Yeah, I'm fucking Omega. Yeah.
I was like, Okada ain't coming to WWE.
No, please don't.
No, and
Jay White would be better in WWE than Kenny Omega, in my opinion.
I don't ever want to see Okada in WWE. Please, no.
Omega's the thing is if they bring in Omega to WWE, he's going to NXT.
Yeah.
Right? He's going to go to NXT and he's going to be there for a long while because he does not wrestle WWE style. He's actively
No, he doesn't. He's
actively been against their style since he left there.
I don't think he knows what a hard cam is, does he? Or he just ignores it.
I mean, it just like and plus he's got to realize that he could get saddled with a stupid gimmick at any moment. Because
the common man, Kenny Omega.
We're gonna really make you the cleaner now, Kenny Omega.
Right?
The cleaner, the plumber.
He's gonna
Well, he's gonna
clean.
He's gonna
be the
he's the
sweeper.
jizz mopper.
He's gonna be the sweep.
No,
He's gonna be the
he's gonna
sweeper.
sweep.
He's gonna sweep. He's gonna sweep.
He's gonna sweep.
He'll have a push broom and a jumper, and they'll cut the jumper, and he'll go around and he'll be stealing people's trash and gathering information on people, and then
He's got like
those.
those. Yeah, he's got yellow or blue gloves and like a spray bottle.
Be Brian Blair. I think Jay White would actually be better in WWE because I think they can mold him more to what they want to be than Omega.
I think that he will thrive better without, because like I said, I think that he understands that he will need to be repackaged.
Right. And I can see Jay White going into NXT and kicking ass.
Right. And I think he's ready to be, Switchcomb or
Greaser. I'm a greaser, Jay White. I got my switch comb.
Guest starring Deuce and Domino.
Right.
My stars and garters. You guys are killing me.
So, but however they do that, I think he's someone that can fit into that.
Yeah.
That mold. And, Kenny's going to get. He's really one of the people that's hurt by Ring of Honor not being an actual promotion anymore. Because there's nowhere else for him to go. Because I don't think New Japan's interested in him being back full time.
Full time? No.
No, I don't think they're really interested in that. I think they're maybe.
I totally agree with you, Zeus. No,
because it's like, okay, well, he can come over a little while, but once again, is he making a difference in how many people are going to these events? I don't think so. Yeah. He's not selling any more tickets. I don't because what would they're going to have to pay him a lot of money to come back.
Because especially when the hottest thing right now in New Japan is Yoshihashi. Come on.
Fantasy booking for Zeus is gonna love this fantasy booking. So it's Okada and Tanahashi are facing Yoshihashi and Goto for the belts, right?
Oh my god!
The tag belts are on the line. Yoshihashi super kick, destroyer. He pins the Rainmaker. Now it's a title match.
Yes, yes. I think we do. Let me ask you a question. Do you think New Japan is so desperate that to take the belts of Yoshihashi and Goto that they'll make Okada double champ?
No, their rules pretty much keep that from happening.
Yeah, keep that from happening, right? Yeah.
I mean, how long has it been since Okada was in tag league?
Oh my God, I can't even remember. Jesus,
5 years. So
I said no. Yeah, well, yeah, that'd be what about 5 years, 6 years, maybe, if not more, right?
Maybe, but yeah, that's not a thing. But there's too many damn belts.
They have a lot of belts. To say that.
You got a lot of ugly belts. You got
TV belts, ridiculous.
It's pretty ugly.
That shit is fucking. It's a monstrosity. It's like the Phantom of the Opera. What the fuck?
It looks like a women's watch.
Look, honey, I'm wearing a fossil.
Yeah, right. And
horrible.
And it's like, why? It's like you got rid of the Intercontinental title and replaced it with all this crap.
It's like Gummy with blonde hair. You're no good.
Hey, what about tag team of the year, FTR?
Oh, stop with them already. Stop.
Briscoes were number 2. The Young Bucks were number 3. The Usos didn't even make the
How
top
the
three
Usos
rankings.
how the Usos not number 1 or 2? Okay.
I
know what it's
probably the death of Jay Briscoe had a big influence on this award.
Well, then I'll put the Briscoes number 1 then if you want to do that. You know what I'm saying? Because I would put the Briscoes number 1 simply because there's never going to be a Briscoes again.
Yeah.
I mean, but who did they really wrestle last year? I mean,
FTR,
they did drop every belt they had to everybody else, didn't they? Because they had to, right?
Yeah.
Because that was part of the new Ring of Honor deal. They didn't have to come in clean. They had to lose all the bullshit straps that they had.
I guess.
Yeah, because I think Tony Khan wanted them to be the Ring of Honor champs and only the Ring of Honor champs and nothing else. So they had to drop every other strap they had in existence.
Yeah.
What about promotion of the year? Number 1 was AEW. Number 2 was Stardom, and number 3 was the WWE.
Yeah,
I can't. I can't. I'm sorry, I can't.
I mean, it's just like it's
as much as I talk shit about WWE. Until there's a total breakdown in world events, WWE will always be number 1. They're just number 1. I mean, there's no ifs, ands, or. I mean,
they're definitely the biggest promotion.
But aren't they the standard? Aren't they the standard which all others are judged by?
But the sad thing is, it's such a bad state of wrestling right now, right?
I mean, they're the best in production, bar none.
Yeah, production like what I saw of Elimination Chamber, right? This is just a random production thing, right? So the video packages just open the Elimination Chamber pay-per-view. You're just like, man, no one does the video packages as well as the WWE does. Like TNA used to do a pretty decent job with their video packages. New Japan and Noah both have pretty decent production for that sort of thing too, but it's still not on par with what the WWE does for their video packages.
They're the standard which others by judge, good, bad, or indifferent.
It's strange. Why? It's weird. AEW has all this money, but they still look and sound.
They're starting to upgrade their shit a little bit. It still looks like shit, but it's better than what it looked before. It did. It has gotten a little bit better. They finally changed that stupid set with the 2 little holes in the back. Thank God.
The best American video package outside of WWE is still, and this is 32 years old, is the Sting and Luger versus the Steiners.
Right.
Yeah.
That's the best outside. I don't care. That's the best video package that's been done outside of WWE.
And it's a shame because WCW had money and even their productions couldn't touch fucking WWE.
Well, but I mean, but they didn't. Nobody really wanted to, just take on WWE in
no. ECW said, "Fuck that, no way."
Zeus is forgetting about the best piece of WCW production ever. The commercial with Sting and RoboCop.
Yeah, that was good too.
Come on, man! Sid Vicious and the Flip Flops of Doom. What are you talking about?
Oh, what about when they're on the yacht that blows up?
Yeah,
I forgot all about that one.
B. Brian Blair. Usos are obviously the best team in 2022. There isn't even an argument to be made that the voters are basically saying every smaller Fed title means more than both WWE belts.
Yeah,
I can't lie to you, Brian. I can't lie to you. You're absolutely right.
What do we not
I
have?
mean, Usos are the fucking best. Come on.
We do not have logic in pro wrestling.
No, none whatsoever, Zeus. Well, I totally agree. None. Zero.
What was it? I missed it. What was it?
Brian Blair says that
No, what was it you said that we
Usos-
don't? You said we don't have a something in pro wrestling. I heard
Have
the part of,
logic.
logic. Okay.
There's no logic in pro wrestling.
Okay. Yeah, okay.
Like I said, I mean, Sting and Muta teaming up, and Sting facing, Chono one last time to close the door. That's the last. That's the only wrestling logic we've gotten in years.
God bless Chono. He looked. I was hoping he would get in that ring. Like, holy shit, he's actually going to get in the ring. I was like, Jesus, somebody help him at least. Fuck.
It just, it was so.
Yeah, but how do you not love him though? You know what I'm saying?
Because when you watch that, you're able to say, you look at and just even more so as rivals and allies as they were throughout the years.
Yeah.
And
all of us grew up watching Chono. You know what I'm saying?
right, but I mean, it's Chono and Muto. I mean, they were they were either at each other's throats or they were, teaming together. I mean, they were tag champions several times. They were the part of the Three Musketeers. I mean, it just.
I remember when Chono showed up on WCW, I lost it. Like, holy shit, WCW got Chono? I was like, I was like, what? Like, all hell Eric Bischoff. It was like, whoa.
They just got to borrow him a few times,
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
like Hashimoto only ever wrestled those. He only wrestled those two matches, in that tag team tournament, for WCW at that Great American Bash.
I got to see more Hashimoto matches, man. Because I haven't seen any Hashimoto matches in years.
Yeah.
Also in years.
So we talked about that a while back. That he's someone that, for some reason, people aren't going back and revisiting.
Because the thing is, to me, with Hashimoto, he conveys the emotion, through his, through his, face, and through the, the getting ready. Because they had some, they would do some video package of him doing, some of his karate stuff and things getting ready. But he was just that just that warrior. It's like I'm ready, and you kind of knew it's like his matches were only gonna end one way or another. I mean, he was either going out on his shield, or he was gonna come back with it, because I mean he just he just went as hard as he could and just was and I don't it's not like plus I mean, no dives. You want to talk about? We're gonna go back and watch Hashimoto.
No.
Because
dives. What are you talking about, dives?
Like watching a Hashimoto match, makes my collarbone hurt when you see the way he
It's Smash Mouth. It was Smash Mouth.
Yeah, I mean, it's just like, I'm like, man, that just has to hurt. And he's just one of those last badasses that and he was at odds with Muta and Chono a lot.
Yeah.
They would come together, but they would often be apart.
I remember him more at odds with Chono than Muto.
I mean, well, him and Muta had a bunch of matches over the IWGP.
Yeah, I know, but I remember Chono him getting into it. Yeah. Or the ones I saw, yeah. Let's get back to Brie Brian Blair's point for a second. That's because it got me thinking. Yeah, because he said the Usos are the best team of 2022s. I would argue. I mean, I would argue to say that for the past 10 years, they've been pretty much the best team. I mean, if you want to throw FTR in the conversation, or you want to throw anybody else in the conversation, you know,
the thing. All right, so here's the like if you look at the resume of what the Usos did, so
right.
they're still dealing with substance problems and shit like that, but then
Oh yeah, oh yeah,
they're still able to win both sets of tag team belts, right?
and they're in the biggest storyline of the year, right?
Well, I mean, of which they were a part of.
Well, part of, right. Because
Yeah.
it's mostly Roman Reigns, right?
It makes absolute sense, via like a horseman type of theory for them to be the tag team champs.
Right. I agree.
Especially from the storyline part of the view, where wasn't Roman getting upset with one of the Usos because he wasn't
Jay.
Yeah, Jey Uso, yeah.
Yeah, they had a bunch of matches. Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, so it only makes sense that they have to, without kicking him out, they're going to have to come together and be tag team champions. But and of course, when you look at at what Fart did, Fart went around and they did travel the world and they did win the IWGP tag team titles. They
did.
They won some other promotions tag team titles. Where they won? I don't know.
Garbage wrestling, yeah.
Once again, them winning the Ring of Honor belts is like the Dudleys winning the WCW tag team titles. It's just
they were trash pickup Tuesdays fucking wrestling championship, yeah.
Well, the thing is, they didn't have to go get signed by Ring of Honor,
right.
Which is my argument for every WCW tag team champion or heavyweight champion. After the buyout, it's like you didn't have to go work for them.
Right.
You never had to go to Eric Bischoff and get hired. You never had to go to whoever the fuck was in charge of Ring of Honor and get hired and be part of that atmosphere and get over with that crowd. Now probably Fart could have gotten over with the old management of Ring of Honor, I would think.
I can see them doing it, but I think they missed their mark. I think they just missed their timing with Ring of Honor. I think it didn't happen for them with Ring of Honor. I think they just missed it.
Well, they were in WWE and stuff. I mean,
right.
I prefer them better in NXT, to be honest.
Well, yeah, the NXT run is their best run. Everything after that is diminished returns. Those matches people fawned over with the Briscoes were not good matches.
Supposedly their best match, and it was still there.
Their best matches were in NXT. I'm sorry.
I was shown their best match cold. I'd never heard of them before, and somebody showed me supposedly their best match in NXT, and I wasn't impressed.
James, I've said this before. I'm going to say this again. There's a reason I don't rewatch a lot of stuff, and that's because there's a good chance if I rewatch all those NXT takeovers and stuff that we love so much when they happen, it's not going to hold up. And
I agree.
It's like why it's like Lucha Underground. I don't rewatch Lucha Underground because I know it could not hold up.
You don't want to take away from the illusion that you have of it. I get it.
Yeah,
I get it. But to me, their best matches were in NXT. Yeah. I'm sorry.
Yeah, the stuff we liked with them was all in NXT, and then
one of them in DIY. That shit was awesome.
Then they went to the main roster. Nothing exciting really there.
That's the match I saw. I was not impressed at all.
And then they went to AEW, and it's just been a bunch of shit, right?
Was Max loose?
The DIY. He didn't like the DIY match.
No.
I was not impressed by anybody in it.
Okay, that's your opinion. That's fine.
I think that's just one of those ones that people have just decided is a classic, and then they've just put that in their minds. That's where it's out.
I think also it's a case of if you were following the stories and you're following the promotion or whatever, like you're in it, right? So
Right.
you're
Yeah.
invested in it. You're
It's
invested in
different
the
when you're invested.
characters and
Right.
stuff.
Right.
Yeah, this is a thing we come back to time and time again. Like when you're
Yeah.
invested in
If
it,
you
it's
watch a
different.
match cold and you're like, yeah, I get it.
But it's one of those things where, like, so say like the women's chamber match from the Elimination Chamber. Like, of course, I'm into it because I want Kana Asuka to win the thing, right? I want her to go to WrestleMania, blah 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 blah. But so I'm invested in the match. I'm having fun watching the match. But is the match good? Like, I still have part of me that's critical and can be like, well, they're
Well,
very
all those gimmick matches are never good, Pedro. You know that.
yeah, but I mean
They're
sloppy.
fun, but they're not good.
And Liv Morgan, the stuff with Liv Morgan, just I was losing my shit a bit in that match because her like pornography selling
Funny
expressions
rabbit.
and that stutter step kick thing she does just looks so bad. It's one of the worst looking moves I've seen in a long time. It looks
I don't
like
like
it
how
would do
they
nothing.
did. Oh, Pedro. I don't like how they devalued fucking Raquel Gonzalez.
Yeah, I feel bad that they gave her some. They gave her some respect in that match.
I'm sorry, Raquel Rodriguez or whatever the fuck you want to call her now. I mean, I don't get it. She was a monster heel in NXT. She ran roughshod over everybody, a la Rhea Ripley's doing now. You would think they follow the same formula, but no, they don't.
I mean,
do it as a babyface then. Do it. Have her do it. Have her do the Rhea Ripley, but as a babyface.
But that's the problem is it takes a while to get NXT people over.
Yeah.
But Zeus, she's been up here for over a year already. Come on.
And what has gone made her stand out?
Yeah, like what story has she had?
Yeah, nothing. Absolutely nothing. Zero, Zeus, nada, nothing.
This is the important thing we're seeing, like the Roman Reigns title reign. Okay, like I know we keep going back to this, but think about this. If you think back to the very beginning of it, and the stuff he did with Jey Uso and all that stuff from the very beginning, that stuff is still playing out. That story is still playing out currently,
right?
And the story, it's been a big story. Like the whole thing has been done as this one huge story, and Sami Zayn and stuff got involved in it. He blew up from it because the story is compelling.
Right.
Before Sami Zayn was even in the story, James,
you and
I were saying that the Roman Reigns title reign was the most compelling thing going on
in
WWE.
It was. It was the storyline of WWE. It was.
Stories are the thing, right? You want stories and you want characters. That's what gets people invested in the thing, even if the in-ring is shit, which is the thing that I'm still having trouble accepting about modern wrestling. The in-ring is shit. The in-ring is never going to be good again. I have such a hard time accepting this. It's very difficult.
You have to.
Because we're never getting the good wrestling back.
No, you're not. Pedro,
it's difficult.
You have to accept the fact that it is what it is, and you pick and choose exactly what you watch and what you like. That's it.
But that's and then so in doing that, James, I've watched 2 matches in the last year.
But Zeus, you can't do that either, though. I mean, there has to be a time where you got to get invested into something. Even if it's shit, at least you can say, you know what?
The thing
I don't know.
You know what? I followed it from A to Z, and it wasn't good, or it was good. Okay, but you understand what I'm saying?
I don't know about that, though.
Hey, but Zeus, you can't pick and choose. I watched A match, and then I watched B match, and then boom, I decided, that's it. No, but you can't do that, though. You can't do that.
Because why am I going to sit and watch a big pile of crap? Okay,
I agree. Okay, fine. Yeah, I get that. But in order to absorb the storyline, you got to go through the crap. You know that. I mean, how many times we've been wanting to sit through that, right?
But here's the thing. All right. So listen. So my top 10 all-time favorites.
Right.
Almost every one of them is either retired or is passed on. Okay. Mass Superstar,
Mm.
safely retired.
Mm-hmm.
You know, Muta,
Mm-hmm.
retired. Barry Windham, retired. God bless. I hope he's doing better.
God bless.
Oh yeah, we haven't heard any updates on him in a while.
No. No news is good news.
And Arn said something a couple days ago. But just like I said, just moving on. So then Eddie Guerrero passed away. Brad Armstrong passed away. Ricky Steamboat he's finally retired, right? Rob Van Dam pretty much retired.
Excuse me.
Pentagon is kind of slowed. This tag team run has just not done hardly anything for me.
Not for nothing, but if I'm Pentagon, I'm not killing myself at AEW. Not for nothing.
News flash for everyone: Pentagon has never killed himself for anyone.
I agree, Pedro. I agree.
He's always been one of the laziest
Hey,
people.
but
We were
Lucha
lucky.
Underground made him look really good. Yeah, I get it.
We were lucky we got the editing of him.
Yeah, again, but Lucha Underground made him look really good.
I know. We were lucky. We were lucky with Lucha
Yeah, but Zeus,
Underground.
you have to be invested into something. I mean, you can't sit there and watch one match a month and then 2 months later watch another match and go, okay. I mean, that's not going to do it, Zeus. That's not.
It's all crap. Then why am I watching it?
Okay, can I throw an alternative here? Let me throw an alternative to you.
Yeah.
Okay. You can follow what's happening.
Right.
Okay, you can follow what's happening. You can follow it through, say, clips on YouTube, clips on social media, and you can follow what's happening even with the people you like or whatever. And you can watch just a few matches and you can kind of keep abreast of what's happening, at least if the in-ring product or the overall presentation is not to your liking. If it turns you off so much, but you're still, you still got the thing in you, you're still a fan, right?
Right.
But if the overall thing,
all of us are still a fan. Yeah. Right.
yeah, but if the overall thing is like so not what you wanted, but you still want to keep up.
But Pedro, it's never going to be exactly what we want. All three of us are never going to get that thing. All three of us are never going to get that same thing that we all love again. It's not happening for us. It's not.
Okay, but see,
it's not.
But James, it's okay for people to just keep up casually, is what we're saying.
I agree. You
can just keep up casually.
Yeah, I get
it can be very lighthearted following of the thing.
I understand that. But it's never going to be exactly what we all love. It's not.
Right, but I mean, but it like if I still lived in North Carolina, I would still go to AML every month.
Right.
That's
okay.
True.
Fair enough. Right.
If you had a good promotion like where you are now, you would probably go if you could.
Right. Absolutely. Yeah. And that was the thing too. Is I looked into that, and they didn't make it through the pandemic. They actually kind of.
Anything by you, Zeus, at all? And like anything?
No, nothing local. There was
local.
There's a couple places that had like their last shows around 2019, 2018.
Well, that's brutal.
Yeah, but they were kind of tied into the Butcher and the Blade. So,
okay,
because they're apparently from here. But yeah, absolutely, I would love to see. I would even go to a WWE show. It could, now that I'm, not in school full time. I'm about to be done with that. Next time they go to Buffalo, I'll go.
They were just in Buffalo too, weren't they?
Yeah, it was last month or something.
Yeah, they just had SmackDown here in Orlando. Yeah.
Yeah, it kind of snuck up on me, but I'd like to go again just because, I would just like to be able to go and watch it and just, take
having a Ring of Honor taping in Orlando, and I was like, really?
How would you
Nah.
guys take an outsider's opinion of Lucha Underground who just kept up casually on it? You'd have said that's a casual's take on the problem. Well, the only thing is though, Brian, is we've all been following wrestling for so long. Like it's we can never have a completely casual take on what's happening
That's
because
almost impossible. Right.
we're it's too ingrained in our lives.
Right. Well, I mean, all of us have been doing this since we were kids.
It's
So,
not
like,
it's
how
not a
they-
like it's not a
Right.
like for like. The comparison doesn't quite work. Like it's not a like
Right.
for like.
I mean, it's different. We just started watching wrestling now. That's something different. But
Yeah.
like, I mean, Zeus Pedro and I've been watching wrestling since we were in single digits.
Yeah.
I mean, like, I was power driving family members. I was in diapers. So, that's how it goes.
It just,
I
it's a different, it's kind of like, say, I could take a season off of following football, right? So I can take a season off of following Real Madrid or something, and I'm still, I can just casually look at results and stuff. I'm kind of still, I'm still keeping up, because I've watched it my whole life, right? I've followed it my whole life one way or another. So it's, it's not the same as someone who just is just like, hey, you should watch this TV show, and they just watch an episode here and there, and they're like, what I've seen is okay, or what I've seen is this. We've watched so much wrestling, and we're seeing it in our social media feeds, our this and this feeds. We're seeing so much of it all the time. We're never going to be completely casual. We're always going to have some
see, the
idea
thing
of
is that I can actually acknowledge that wrestling is not going to be exactly what we were used to back in the day. I mean, it's not going to be Saturday night's main event.
James,
I mean, it's not going to be WCBS on 605. It's not. It's not.
You're glossing it over better than Krispy Kreme glazes a donut. you are literally you're talking about a crispy, sweet, delicious thing.
Yeah, I know.
I'm
James
patty that somebody poured powdered sugar. Okay.
James, we need to introduce Zeus to crispy pizza.
Yeah. There you go. Yeah. No, Zeus, I totally get what you're saying, and you're right. I'm fucking making it a big fucking super glazed donut. Yeah, absolutely. I agree. But I mean, hence why I got to take in the little things that I like here and there, because I will and always will love pro wrestling. It's my thing. It's your thing. It's Pedro's thing. It's our thing. And it's like, even though I mean, the fucking state of wrestling now. So I mean, come on. If Dave Nelson's giving Okada a squash match at 4.75 stars, something's wrong. You know what I'm saying? I mean, come on.
Here's another thing. How do you pick WWE as the worst promotion?
I don't get that. I don't know, Zeus. I can't. I don't get that. I don't.
I mean, the Booker of the year was Tony Khan, and the number 2 was Rossi Ogawa. Now, I'm going to bring this up because the promoter of the year, I think number 1 was Tony Khan, number 2 was Dana White, number 3 was Rossi Ogawa. Now,
from Stardom, right?
Yeah, Rossi Ogawa is from Stardom. Now, the thing with Rossi Ogawa, or Rosie, or however you're supposed to be saying his name, Bushiera on, it's not all his decisions. Like, Bushiroad is telling him stuff, and he's like filtering what their directives are, right? He's taking his time booking out what they want to see happen. It's not all his ideas anymore. So it's kind of weird to give him the sole credit when he's like kind of a committee thing happening there in reality.
Oh no, I agree.
And also, like, he's always had bad booking. Like I've said this in the past, Stardom has always had bad booking. It used to be a running joke in the Joshi circles about before Bushiroad Stardom. It used to be a running joke like, oh, it's Ogawa booking is going on, or oh, the Stardom super push is happening, XYZ, blah blah blah. They've never had great booking, but people now see the product as this Meltzer glorified thing. So,
Oh, and hold on, Pedro. I'm sorry, Brian. To put a fucking end on your shit.
What?
Lucha Underground is not a wrestling promotion. It's a TV show. Wink, wink. Okay. All right.
You know, I don't mean for my voice to crack there, but Lucha Underground. Why is no one taking this? Like, why is no one? I don't mean continue Lucha Underground. I don't want Lucha Underground to be revived. Okay, I know this sounds controversial. but I don't want
MLW
it.
sucks. I saw this shit on Reels. It's horrible.
Yeah, what it's we're never getting
It's
Lucha Underground.
garbage. Don't nobody ever watches. It's fucking garbage.
But
They had
someone,
Enzo on there, and he got knocked out in the middle of a promo.
oh my god. Someone needs to take that concept though. TV show with TV film production
Yeah,
and edited wrestling. Why has no one done more with this concept?
I mean, yeah, I agree. I mean, the fucking Lucha Underground killed it.
One reason. All right, so because we got, you know, the way that it's hard to rewatch Lucha Underground now at this point, you know, because
It is.
because it was bogged down with all those other things and how everything kind of fell apart. Then the next thing we got that was good like that was NWA Power, and then that
I loved Power Zeus. That was
Oh, yeah,
awesome.
we did love Power.
the first season, that first run of NWA Power was really good.
It was.
Like all the way up to what Thunder Rosa winning the women's title.
Harris Stevens,
Yeah.
remember? He was awesome, remember?
Yeah.
Yeah, and
Harris Stevens in the flesh color tights.
and you know, because there was a little bit of silliness, but you know, but they had such great talkers. You know, they got Pope, they had Eli Drake, they had James
Eddie
Storm.
Kingston.
I mean, they had just a ton of great talkers, and you know, and
Yeah, Pope killed it.
and Tim Storm, you know, he was still likable, and
Somebody called my mama.
yeah, and you know all that stuff, you know, and then it, you know, the pandemic hit, and we lost all that.
Yeah.
And
I mean, you couldn't have a bigger cliffhanger, right? They were we're getting Marty Skrull, Aldous too.
Yeah.
At the Crockett Cup.
At the Crocker Cup, that's right.
Coming
Yeah.
full circle. We were all on board, and then everything's shut down, and then Marty Skrull gets outed for the past stuff, and then it's gone. And now you have Fox News as what your NWA.
Oh, wait a minute. Didn't they lie on purpose? Oh, my bad.
and I mean, you know, they had the chance to go.
Excuse me, I'm sorry.
To go with Cardona again, and they didn't.
They didn't. No, that's their choice too, Zeus. You know what I'm saying? They purposely chose that.
Tyrus just turned 50 years old this past
Yeah,
week.
but they purposely chose to keep the belt on Tyrus.
Right. Oh. Yeah. It's sadly, it's been on purpose, and it's like, wow. No, okay.
I mean, they had a choice to put it back in Cardona. They said no. Let's leave it on Tyrus. So what does that tell you?
Well, I mean that you know that Billy's sniffing glue. That's what it's talking.
Somebody call my mama.
I'm gonna sniff some glue and book NWA Power.
Was pretty good too, and you know they went through the pandemic and paid everybody, and you know when nobody was working, and you know
NWA Power was so good that we were actually planning to go to a taping. Remember that, Zeus?
Yeah, we wanted to go.
Yeah. Let's fucking go to Georgia. Let's go.
Sorry.
Both NWA and MLW were devastated by COVID and lost all their momentum. Ring of Honor had to sell to the Snowman thanks to COVID. COVID wrecked any momentum. None. Yeah, I mean that run. You know, MLW at that time were having really entertaining shows. They were. Before the quarantine, before the quarantine shut down, they were badly produced. They were very cheaply made, but they were they were making a lot out of like just garbage wrestlers, right? They were taking these trash wrestlers and they were just making an entertaining show out of it through editing and this and that. Like they were coming up with a fun thing to follow. And then the shutdowns, and then when they came back, it just wasn't the same. And it's like and the story over and over, nothing's the same.
Dude, remember what else hurt him was the owner, what's his name, Court Bauer, was he was remember he was like trying to hold on to Brian Pillman Jr. And
I remember that. Yeah,
he's still doing that kind of stuff. He's still doing.
Has that shit ever been settled?
I doubt it. I mean, once Pillman Jr. got signed with AEW, I'm sure he didn't care about the $400 that Court Bauer owed.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
Like,
didn't he sue Pillman? Yeah, but he sued Pillman after that, didn't he?
You need that $400 more than I do.
Yeah, but he sued Pillman. Didn't he sue Pillman?
I don't know. I honestly don't know if he sued Pillman or not.
I don't think so. I don't think that would not have flown.
I mean, I hope not, because that would be stupid, right? Don't you think?
Oh,
no,
man.
No, because I think that I wouldn't. It's just like you don't want to run into the AEW's lawyers. I wouldn't want.
Right. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Because it would be stupid if you tried to do that.
Yeah, Fatu and Aldis both had a lot of momentum pre-COVID, and
so did Hammer Hogan. I mean, Hammer's
that guy's fucking weak. I'm sorry.
He
sucks balls. I don't want to hear it. He does.
Well, we're running late. I apologize.
No, keep going. Fuck it. Is fucking Fatu going to WWE? Is he a new member of the Bloodline?
I don't know. The WWE's held off on signing him for so long because of his past history stuff. So I don't know.
Yeah, he's got some issues.
But hey, anything going on next week? Are we going to be back next week? Or
I think so. I don't have anything.
Who knows? I'm having a good time right now. Let's do it.
Guess what I just happened to see, and I had to click on this to make sure this is right, but it's true. Okay, so this is basketball, which is something we never really talk about. But
I like basketball. Go ahead, Zeus.
The Sacramento Kings beat the LA Clippers last night.
Mm-hmm.
Double overtime. Guess what the score was?
What was it?
No. Guess.
I'm gonna say 141 to 138.
Pedro, what's your guess?
I'm gonna guess like 112 to 115. I don't know.
176 to 175.
How?
Jesus Christ! What the fuck happened
How
to
the
defense?
fuck can you have that high scoring a game? Where they literally just like sitting in each other's corner.
Defense?
Shoot.
Oh, hey. This is a glorified All-Star game?
I don't know.
Like, what the fuck?
I'm going to live score. I gotta look this up.
I mean, it's just like how do you
170? No defense whatsoever.
Jesus, he's not lying. It went to overtime. Okay, went to overtime.
No defense whatsoever.
First quarter 40-40. Second quarter 40-36. Third quarter 37-34. Fourth quarter 36-43. Overtime 22-23. Ended up once. Wow,
that's disgusting.
That's crazy.
That's disgusting.
How does a game end up that high?
Nobody's playing defense.
It's the cocaine bear of
how did they get spell defense? Hey Zeus, who's the college basketball team? Utah Heel?
No. No, it's got to be no. So first rule in my family's house is ABC. Anybody but Carolina. Okay?
Oh, good man. Oh, okay. Are you Gamecock?
No.
Okay.
No, South Carolina. Now, my sister did go there. My sister did her master's at South Carolina. But so my father was sports photographer part time for Wake Forest in the 70s,
Ooh, okay.
right? So my dad loved the Demon Deacons of Wake Forest. Now,
Mhm.
when I was a baby, a literal baby, one of my godfathers, Jimmy Erickson, gave me a NC State because he went to NC State for engineering. He gave me
Wolfpack.
right. He was giving me NC State stuff all throughout my childhood. Shirts, hats, whatever. So I was a State fan, but what
Mm.
my father's rule was is you couldn't be a State fan when they played Wake Forest.
Right. Okay. Fair
I was
enough.
an NC State fan for the rest of the time. So, but then I went to East Carolina.
Right. I was gonna say because didn't you go to East Carolina?
Yeah, and our biggest rival was NC State, so I had to stop being an NC State fan. So my last college, like I other than the games I went to on campus, I've probably never watched East Carolina play.
Really?
Yeah, probably never watched them play on TV. But, basically because the university is literally all about sports, and they don't give a shit about kids that have to pay to go
Right.
there. And so if I have to say that who my college team is, it's little old Brian and Stratton. They actually have a basketball team.
You gotta wear that belt.
Yeah, I mean, when it comes to college stuff, I follow it's Sam Houston because that's where I went.
Yeah,
so.
Pedro, you got a shitload by you, don't you?
But I mean, it's just I went to Sam Houston State University. That's
You
where
went
I
to
went
Sam
to
Houston
school.
State. Okay.
That's where I have my
Right.
degree from is Sam Houston State
Gotcha.
University. So.
I'm a Syracuse Orange man, so there you go. And they suck.
Don't forget to say it right. You have your bachelor's degree from Sam Houston State.
Yes, I have my BFA. My BFA in studio art is from Sam Houston State University. Yes.
Right.
There is a thing online that claims I got an associate's degree, which makes no sense. Like,
who would say that?
I don't know. Like, it's weird because I filled out so many artist statements and things in my life. I'm like, how would this erroneous information even be out there? Nothing wrong with an associate's degree, by the way. It's just if you have a BFA, I mean, if you have a bachelor's degree, you put in the time for a bachelor's degree.
I was gonna say because you got a bachelor's from Sam Houston State, right?
And so here's the interesting thing too. So we were just talking about in one of my classes, we were talking about overcoming objections to getting a job. And a lot of times you see, employers will ask for people to have a bachelor's degree. And so my counter argument to that is not only is my associate's degree current, but I had over 2 years at East Carolina in the art program. So I have four college years in art, right? In art and graphic design. And the fact that, what I've done here, in the hardcore classes that we took.
Yeah, but you're killing it in fucking Bratton. You're fucking killing it over there, aren't you, Zeus?
Right, but that's what I'm saying is I have a loose equivalent to a 4-year degree because I have, like I said, I have 4 years plus in my higher education.
Right. Okay.
And there's another college that specializes in art in Buffalo, and this one of the other students that's here now, he started there, and he said that they had one semester of a program that was basically like like interior design, like an interior design, and it's like a heavy emphasis on curtains. Can you imagine spending a semester in history, theory, and design on curtains?
Yeah,
curtains. That's kind
I
of hot.
I can. I mean,
Right.
they come up with a lot of weird degrees and stuff.
Right.
So
And so, but I mean, but that's just part of their art program. It's just like me. I had to take that damn jewelry making
yeah,
class
so did
because
I.
at East Carolina because I could they run out of damn stuff that followed my concentration, and I had to have so many hours to keep
Yes.
up the money from my mom's work coming in to pay for almost everything. So the I've taken more pertinent classes than most 4-year students, and I know for a fact too. One of the other places that offers a bachelor's degree in graphic design, another university in the area. I know that our equipment is better.
Right.
So I learned on state of the art equipment, and these other people that are coming out, that it's like you might have state of the art equipment where you are because you're a business, and you're gonna bring people in. You're gonna have to kind of train them up, because they're not they're between curtains and learning on a 4-year-old Mac. That's not good, especially in our industry. So
I'll say this on a studio art degree. Amount of studio time you have to put in for this degree.
Oh, I'm sure. Yeah, absolutely.
Like, the hours we had to spend in studio that don't count for class, like outside of class, the amount of hours you had to put in for the degree was insane. Like, we had to do tons and tons of hours every semester for this degree outside of your class. It was very, like immersive, like process. I guess what I'm saying, very immersive process. At least the program I went through, which was a long time ago, by the way.
Your program probably had a lot better the ability to keep you in the concentration.
Hey, Pedro, I know we're going into overtime. Thank you very much, by the way. I appreciate it.
Oh, yeah. I know you need to take care of some medical stuff.
I just did it, so it's all good.
Oh no! Hey, we missed this. We missed this comment. I want to bring attention to it. That basketball game was the version of a Bucks versus Lucha Brothers tag match. Yeah, that sounds like.
That's brutal. I only have an ASS. Only Brian? Really? Only an AAS? Really? Okay. Only.
Hey, again, there's nothing wrong with an associate's degree. I have nothing against an associate's degree, but it's just
because he says only. He says only like there's something bad to it. It's not bad.
My deal was like there's this.
No, because I mean, you went for 4 years. That's
right.
Well, I took longer than 4 years to finish my degree, but I definitely.
I don't think there's no such thing as only as soon as it comes to school. You know what I'm saying? They're not only. There's no such thing.
I mean, everything, but everywhere is different. I mean,
right.
But if you don't know what you're talking about, then.
And I mean, another thing.
I just injected myself.
Oh my God, James, don't die.
No,
oh my God.
Live on air. Okay, man.
What was I gonna say? I don't know. It don't matter.
It's it's good. It's good.
I was just saying.
Good. People need to hear this shit.
People were saying I had an associate's degree, and I was like, but I have like
There's
a bachelor's degree.
Like,
I have but I have a bachelor's. It's like
you get a bachelor's. Okay, yeah.
I have a full bachelor's degree. Like,
all right, so I'm changing the subject. All right, so on collection, so like I maxed out all of the bonuses that you can get shit for, like before Valentine's Day.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, like I just had, I got everything already. So I've been saving up all this other stuff that they've been giving me, and I have. So when the next month starts on Monday, Tuesday, um, I've got I got 4 of those 4-star draft cards
Nice.
for the rare draft,
I've
and
used all of my shit. I ain't gonna lie.
I have 46 the tickets.
Really?
Yeah,
Wow.
so I'll be able to do 4 event drafts, and probably by Monday it'll probably be 5 by the time it rolls around.
I wish
Because
I had enough to do the Legends one, but I don't not quite there yet.
yeah, it's
I'll
only
have 50 stones again tomorrow.
it's over on the 28th. So
I'm trying to be really good. I haven't bought anything in a week.
yeah,
I may have bought some real cards, but not.
Yeah, hello. Yeah. You bitch at me for buying stones, but you're buying real cards. Okay.
Yeah, there may be 2 packs of the 2023 BBM Joshi cards coming my way.
White lines.
I know those weren't cheap.
I mean, it was okay. It was like $6 a pack.
All right,
And
Juice, I'm
shipping.
gonna throw you on the spot real quick. You ready?
Yeah,
I'm gonna throw you on the spot. Here we go.
I gotta get going soon. But
Okay. Okay. The greatest WCW match you've seen.
greatest post the Turner era.
I'm just gonna say greatest WCW match you've seen
oh shit!
Live, live,
live,
live.
live,
So in person, live.
Yeah,
in person, live, in the fucking stands, Pedro.
Okay.
I mean, it has to be the Great Muta versus Ric Flair.
Nice. How do you not love that match? Match is awesome.
Even though it's a screw job ending where Luger came in with a chair and hit.
That's a dusty finish right there.
Then we got a big, thing, and I mean, Muta spraying mist, and it was a big brouhaha, and then Sting come to the rescue, and yeah, so that was I can't think of the other matches that were really great that I saw live for WCW, like so in the early Turner era, uh, Vader and Vader and Rick Rude against Sting and Nikita Koloff, Barry versus Steve Austin, the Steiners versus Gordy and Williams, and those were all on the same night.
Hell of a card right there.
Yeah, that Saturn versus Raven to save the flock. That was an excellent one to be there for. The Charlotte Nitro, where it was Psychosis and La Parka versus Juventud and Ray. And Eddie versus Jericho at a Fall Brawl. Flair, Roddy Piper, and Kevin Green against NWO Wolfpack was quite good. The two matches I saw: Ultimo Dragon against Alex Wright, Ultimo Dragon against
Alex Wright, Das Wonder Kid.
was it against Regal? I think, yeah.
Damn, you said some good shit, Zeus.
Yeah. I was pretty fortunate.
Yeah.
And I almost went to that last Wrestle War. It was like 91. It was in Greensboro, and we were going to have to drive back because we were still at school at East Carolina. And when I heard that Moda was gone because he was supposed to be in one of the matches, I was like, nah, I'm not driving 400 miles for
Yeah, that's a lot.
But Pedro,
I have to say, I would have to say. I mean, mine. Not, mine doesn't even come close to yours. Obviously, you've been to. You've been to some amazing NWA shows.
Yeah.
I mean, that's some. Some WCW shit. I mean, that's some shit right there. I mean, for me, the best ones I've seen live was. Had to be Telly on against Cock and Balls. That's always the favorite. Flair Steamboat in Jersey at the Meadowlands.
Oh man, that's
you saw that in person?
Yeah.
Holy shit!
I was. I mean, okay, all right. To be fair, I don't know if you could say I've seen it because I was on like the upper deck, but I've seen it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
was this in 80? Was this in 89 or was this another year?
I believe it was 89. If I'm not, I'm bad with years, but it was a year where they. It was when NWA was running shows in Giant Stadium. And the Meadowlands.
And that could have been like 85 before Steamboat left.
Yeah, it's when they started running shows I was like every 6 months they were running shows there.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I was like it was like, you could barely see what was happening in the ring, but I was there.
Right.
I saw it, but the best one I saw was I saw Flair and not what's his name? Yeah, I didn't remember. The fucking old time is kicking me.
So there was it was called Night of Champions in '84, James. It was Steamboat and Flair.
I don't think it was a Night of Champions. Wait, hold on. That was the one that was in the Meadowlands?
Yeah, that's what I'm seeing.
It could have been it. Because I was young. I was young.
Yeah, so if you were like 13, 14.
Yeah, around there. Yeah. But I was like, I was like close to like the upper deck, so like
Right.
the last 3 rows or some shit like that. Mm-hmm. I told my cousin. He took me to the MSG matches.
I saw WCW
Pedro, I'm sorry,
twice.
what?
I was thinking, I was like, I didn't see any WCW. Then I was like, wait, I saw 3 shows, but it was later. I saw the 2 house shows in 98, 99, and then I saw the Nitro in 98. I forgot all about that shit.
I went to one Nitro show.
The Nitro I went to was terrible. I've told you all about that. It was at the Astrodome, and it was awful. It was awful.
Yeah.
They promoted Bam Bam Bigelow versus Goldberg the whole night. And then they both come out. Then Kevin Nash comes out, and then everyone jumps in the ring and pulls them apart. No match happened. The crowd just booing like nuts. They were so pissed off.
I would say the best match I saw up close had to be Telly on against Cock and Balls, because I saw that at the Civic Center in Philly. I was like in the first like 10 rows. I was like right there. That was awesome.
Yeah.
That was awesome. Year-wise, Zeus, I maybe 90, 91. Had to be around there, I'm guessing. That's when they were doing the Civic Center and the Spectrum. Remember when they were doing the Spectrum?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, then.
I'm gonna have to wrap things up, amigos.
Yeah, I'm sorry for keeping it long, Pedro. My fault. I'm sorry.
Fun.
No, yeah, it's been fun. We get a lot of cool wrestling talk today.
I mean, you know what? It's been a while, so fuck it. You know.
So hey, I'll show the opening since Zeus hasn't seen it yet. But
Oh yeah.
Oh.
but hey everyone. Oh James, don't die. Everyone take care. We'll catch
B.
up with
Brian
y'all
Blair,
next week.
thanks for hanging out with us,
Thank you
brother.
so much, Brian, for hanging out with us.
Yeah. B. Brian Blair was hanging out with me when it was just me solo, so he was kicking it with me. It was all
Yeah,
good.
he was helping. Yeah, there are times that James was by himself. So thank you so much. And we'll see y'all next week. And adios.
Yeah.